In this next clip, we are taking a picture of my dog, which is right here in my photo software. Excuse me. And I'm going to take this picture and put it into So Art so I can digitize this picture here so I can actually embroider this JPEG picture. I have not done this before, so we'll see how it turns out. But this is the JPEG. This is the picture once I put it in So Art. I changed the picture from JPEG into stitches. Once I did that, I put it over into the program called So What Pro. And that allowed me to come in and take this picture and turn it into an embroidery picture. So that's what we have. We have the JPEG. Then we have the middle picture there, which is taking it from JPEG to convert it to stitches. Then it's converting from stitches into an embroidery picture. From there, I have saved it to a USB drive, and now I'll take it over to the embroidery machine. Okay, now I have the image saved onto the USB drive right here. It's in the embroidery machine, and we'll see if we can find that picture of my dog. Okay, I'm going to keep looking. I don't think that's the one that I want. Sorry. Okay, there is what we are going to be stitching. We'll tell it OK. We have set it. I'm using the 4x4 hoop on the machine. I'm going to see now where it's going to hit on this little hand towel here. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to move it down a little bit and just see how far I can go down. Alright, I think I'll leave it there just to see what happens. We will say okay. We will tell it to embroider. You see right here it's going to take 12,146 stitches, 26 minutes. And you can see right here what it's going to be doing. It's predominantly going to tap out the dog here. And you can see the minutes. You can see it's going to be 5 colors. So we're going to get this started and we will see what happens. We'll put the presser foot down. And we'll start it here. I'll get a few stitches in and then I'll stop it. Take off the thread. This is my first JPEG photo that I have converted, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. But for anyone out there doing sewing and embroidery, I hope that this helps just a little. The screen lets you know where it's tapping at. The little green mark there, you can see it moving around. It lets you know what it's outlining. However, I tried this earlier with a picture, and it was a picture of my dog, and I was putting it on a toboggan. It was so dense and thick that I took it off and threw the toboggan away. It was just too much for that area. It was 75,000 stitches. So we're going to see what we get with 12,146 stitches. So I'll put you on hold, and then we'll come back after a little more taps out. Another thing that I changed on here is this color here is 348 of the polyester thread. I changed it to this color here that is it's a beige, number 843, and the reason I did that is because this one right here, as you can see, the color is very bright. That would have been what it's tapping out the dog's body on. I did not like this color, not for the dog's body. It says that this is khaki, but not in comparison to what I realized or believe khaki to be a color. Before I started this up, I put a new bobbin in, and I checked the screw that holds the presser foot on. So everything so far appears to be going pretty well. This is what I was saying earlier that it was working on. Look how bright that yellow is. Never mind the jump stitches. I didn't cut those off because I was throwing this toboggan away. So it's no good. When you are converting a JPEG photo over into the software, there is a process that you have to go through. You do have to have a digitizing software. On the computer, I have SewArt. I purchased it from Ken's Sewing Center, and it was delivered on my computer from S&S Computing. Once you take your photo and you digitize it, then you have to put it over into Embroidery software. So there's 3 softwares on the computer. I have my photo software, my digitizing software, and my embroidery software. You can see we're over 5,000 stitches now. This is just so much fun to watch. Okay. Now it has stopped. We have now gone to a different color thread, and you can see. Let me get back out here. That's what it's going to be tapping out. Just going to tap that right out. Those darker browns right there. Right in the middle here. So I'm going to change the threads. And I'm going to take this hoop off the machine so I can cut all of these jump stitches because I don't want to leave those on there. They'll get caught under the next thread. And sometimes if they're visible, it really looks bad. So we'll be back after I cut those off. I'm not going to unhoop. I'm going to take the hoop off the machine, but I'm not going to unhoop my material. Just take the hoop off. Alright, my thread color has been changed. It is ready to go. Put the hoop back on. If you take it off, that's fine. But if you unhoop your material, you have to know how to get it back on and go back to the position that you needed. That's a little hard, but it can be done. You just have to really pay attention. So we're going to put the presser foot down. We'll get some stitches in. This will take 6 minutes. And I'll come back when it gets a little farther along. You can see the next colors on here will be 307, 900, and 005. I have them lined up here in order. It makes it easier to just go ahead and get them off. It saves a little bit of time. And those will be my 5 colors. We have the one we just finished, the one on the machine. These are the next 3 in line. We are now on our 3rd color. We are now on thread color 4, which is the black. Now, it went through the black once, but I wanted a little bit more definition on it, so I backed it up enough to where I could go through the black once again. It's not necessary, but just to have it a little bit more stark on there. And since it is on a towel, you will be able to see some of the little threads of white of the towel popping through. I could have made it more dense when I printed out the picture, but I really didn't want to. I didn't want it to sit and tap over top of itself too long. So here is the finished tapped out Chihuahua photo. Doesn't look too bad. Now this will eventually become a towel, a hanging towel like for the kitchen. This will be my top part that hangs, sorry. And this will be the dry part. It's just a matter of getting it to the machine now and working on it and completing this little project. The top part of this towel now that has the Chihuahua on it, I turned the right sides facing each other. I sewed up the sides and across the top. I then cut just above the seam. What I'll do now is turn it back the correct way. Now with it turned to the right side, I left the little edges open here because this is where I will insert my tail once I have gathered it. I will fit it in here and I'll get it sewn on there. It'll be gathered, and then once we get that, we'll come back. You can see now we have actually finished our towel part. The only thing that it's lacking now, it'll be a hanging towel, like I say, for a dishwasher, stove, is I will go and I will put some type of a hook. It could be a button, it could be a hook, I'm not sure what I'll put on it, but that completes it. It's very personalized. And anyone can do this if you like to sew. Most of this, other than the embroidery, and if you taught, if you like to hand embroider, you could still do that. The towels are extremely easy to make. It doesn't take any time to do the towels. It just really consists of, it's a pretty thick towel. I cut it in half. That way it's not so bulky when you go to hang it up. So that takes care of that project. I did top stitch all the way around the corners here. You can do this end curved, you can leave it square, you can leave it however. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. This is the completed project.